Woo! Hey everybody, oh my goodness me. First time show, nervous, excited, all of those things going on. So welcome to the very first episode of Tash B and Big G, where, don't you roll your eyes at me, come on.
Big G, anyway, move on.
Where Glenn and I sit down, have a beer and just have a bit of a general yarn about a few of the things that we see going on in sales and marketing in the marketplace, some of the things that we're doing, some observations that we've seen, and some of the things that we've done that, you know, or some of the things that we see in the marketplace that work really well, and some of the things that don't work so well. So, yeah, we just thought that we'd invite you guys all into, which is probably just a pretty regular Sunday chat for the two of us.
Pretty much.
Talking about what's going on for us both in that workspace. So, Glenn, today's topic, what are we sharing?
I think we'll talk a little bit about first impressions and appearances.
I think that's a great way to start. I mean, considering it's our first show, let's talk about that.
Okay.
First impressions. So, what were the first impressions of me when you met me? No. Okay, no.
Yeah, let's not go there.
Let's not go there. All right. But talk to me about that, Glenn. First impressions. So for you, why is it so important? Why do you think it's so important?
First impressions. It's the first time you get to meet somebody or walk into a business, or you know, is this how the whole experience is going to be? Is it going to be pretty ordinary? You walk in, you look around and go, well, should I be here or not? Or this person that's just walked in trying to sell me something, it doesn't look good.
Because you only get one shot to make a good first impression.
Yes, like we were talking about before, one of my customers.
Yes.
They've got a very good business.
Yeah.
A lot of staff, but the place is immaculate. You pull up out the front and everything's manicured. We've got a full-time gardener, and that flows on all the way through to people, their attitudes, their work uniforms, everything. But yeah, and I told him straight up, it's the most impressive business I've been into. And he turned around and he said, Glenn, you can only make one first impression. So
that's it.
I'll stick with that one.
Absolutely, because the first impression too, it sends a really important message to your customers and to potential customers. Jack!
I don't want to start that again.
I don't want to start that again either, because I start really well.
Can we edit this bit out?
Okay. And we're back again after the dogs have interrupted us from going to say hello to one of their friends. Welcome back. But what we were talking about, Glenn, was
first impressions.
First impressions was what we were talking about.
Yep.
And because it sets the scene for not just your customers, but also potential customers about what the experience is going to be like to do business with you. It sets a real scene. And for me, from a marketing perspective, I think that it's really important that that first impression that you make on a customer is consistent, that the marketing is showing up in a consistent manner and in a consistent way. That's saying, hey, this is the type
from branding through to how everything's put together, a Facebook ad or
totally
everything. Because
absolutely, yeah.
Leaving it up to other people in the business just doesn't work.
No, and you know, I think you touched on something there too, was about that first impression being the whole way through the business.
Whole way through, yeah.
Because you don't know, as a business owner, you don't know if a customer's first impression of you is seeing a sales rep out on the road in your branded car.
Yep.
Yeah, you can talk about that. Not from personal experience, though, thank you, but...
well, your car, if it's a branded car or any company car, unbranded, it has to be clean, has to be well presented. If you pull up in a driveway, and especially if it's a branded car and it's a mess, wrong message to start with. And never get out of the car like a lot of sales reps you see, and clothes aren't really looking too flash. Just look like you've got out of bed. So you're not starting well.
So clothes as a first impression.
Yep.
Right. So you're saying
you don't have to be dressed like in a suit and look $1 million, but whatever you're wearing has to be clean and neat and look the part.
Yeah.
You don't have to be dressed in a $1 million suit to look good.
No, but unless it's on brand.
Well, on brand, yes.
Yeah, that's really interesting. So you're saying that you see people out there that don't do that?
Oh, I see it all the time.
Really?
Yeah, they'll get out and it looks like they've washed their pants with some tissues in the wash and haven't bothered cleaning it, or pulled the shirt out of the cupboard and it still looks pretty ordinary.
So it's pretty important, isn't it?
Very
to make
important.
that first impression when you first walk into.
Yeah.
For
Well, you can work for the best company in the world, but you're the person that's the point of contact.
Just leave it. It's called editing. Okay, we've had another little doggy break. Oh my gosh, how are we going with our first impressions, Glenn? Okay, key learning for us is that next time, or next week when we shoot our next round of videos, we will make sure that we have doggy treats on hand so we don't quite get interrupted by the dogs. Oh my goodness me.
I don't think this is going to work.
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it's going to work. Okay, so let's go back though. So first impressions. So we're talking about, it's right through the whole business.
Right through the whole business, like I say.
It's the first impression.
You can work for any company in the world, but if you're the point of contact walking into a customer or potential customer, you've got to look the part. And if the first impression from you walking that business isn't right, doesn't matter how great the backup is, how good the company is. If you've let it all fall over, it can fall over pretty quick.
Well, yeah, because I mean, walking into a store and making a decision to purchase or not, really. Glenn's just thrown his thumb at one of the dogs to say, please be quiet. Oh my gosh. Do you know what? This is also a really great example, not just of first impressions, because by George, we're doing a great job, but it's also a really great example of it doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to be done.
Yep.
Which that's another topic that we will talk about. But it really goes back to this thing, and I know one of the things for me as a consumer is when I'm out the front of a store, is no matter what type of store it is, and one of the things that gets me actually is walking into trades places, mechanics in particular.
Yep.
Oh, for goodness sakes, if I walk into that shop and it's just a mess.
It has to feel right.
It's got to feel neat and clean, and I can see some businesses are really taking that on board now, is going, right, let's clean up the fingerprints and things like that, but just the yard, you know, I think you said that too, didn't you, Glenn?
Yeah,
about
that's
what the
right.
yard looks like. And
first impressions. You pull up out the front, and if you're not sure, sometimes you'll keep going.
Yeah.
So.
And I think one area too where business owners, where this falls down a little bit for business owners is that you do get a little bit lax and complacent, because you're walking in there every day and you're seeing the same things every day, which you know, kind of like when you talking to me saying I need to pick my shoes up, because I just get used to seeing them sitting there, and that's a really big thing. And I know in my experience working in that retail space is taking a step back and almost closing my eyes and saying, right, okay, I've never been here before. This is the very first time I've stepped foot in this business, and looking at it from that perspective when I walk into a place and go, oh my gosh, that sign over there, that's just getting a bit dog-eared and looking a bit tired, and gee, that plant really needs a bit of water, and oh, there's 3 dead flies in the window.
I'd say there's a good opportunity for a great salesperson, isn't it?
Yeah.
Offer some opportunities to put your signage and your product in those places that look very ordinary.
So, so you're from a salesperson.
Yes.
Yeah. So talk to me about.
Dogs. This just isn't going to work, because just turn it off. Come here. Just turn it off. That's not going to work. Because I don't even know where I'm at anymore.
No, I keep losing my train of thought too. I mean, for goodness sakes, Jack.
It was working well.
It was. So are you keen to continue it with me?
Yeah, but you're going to have to buy some pig's ears or something.
Yeah, I will. Hey everybody, well thank you so much for joining us for the first episode of Tash B and Big G TV, I guess we'll call it. Wasn't quite the first impression that we were wanting to share with you, considering that was the topic. Not exactly where we wanted to go, but I hope it showed you, you know what, just show up, share what you got to share. And I hope it doesn't put you off either, because we've got loads more that we want to share with you. So that's including some things like canvassing new clients, cold calling, how to tackle add-on sales, and a whole lot of things like that. So don't get us wrong, it's not going to be the end of it. We will be coming back, we will be doing more, and we will definitely tackle that topic again with the key learning of make sure our dogs are preoccupied before we started. Now, like always, please let us know what your thoughts were. Let us know if you're planning to come back or not and watch us again after that disaster. But hey, if you liked it, make sure that you subscribe, follow us on the Facebook page, and subscribe to the channels, all the rest of it. Anyway, any questions, or if there's a topic you'd like to see us cover, then please drop us a line and let us know that too. Anyway, go forth, be amazing in your business, and looking for great sales. Bye.